I'll be 100 on 19... What was the year? What year was I born? It was so long ago, can't remember. Oh yeah, 1925. Yeah, it's a long time ago, isn't it? Yes, well, my father was a prison officer, so we lived in prison quarters, which not in Hornby Road, in Broomfield Gardens. I had two brothers, both older than me.
Did you have like a happy childhood? Do you have like memories
Very,
of like...
oh yeah, very happy childhood. It was a nice house, big garden. And then we moved, my father bought a house in Liverpool Gardens, which is quite near to Broomfield Gardens, which is prison quarters. We got an unexploded bomb, a 500-pounder, at the end of the cul-de-sac. There's 26 houses in the cul-de-sac, prisoner houses. So we had to get out. And I had relations in Stafford. So my mother said, oh, I'm going to send Eileen to Stafford. So she put me on the train to Stafford, and I stayed in Stafford at my auntie's for 2 years, worked at Lotus Shoes in the office. So I stayed there for 2 years, and then they opened the prison again, and my father moved back to Liverpool, and I stayed for a couple of months, and then I wanted to come home. And I joined the American Red Cross. The Red Cross in Liverpool was full of volunteers, so I tried the Americans in Mount Pleasant. And I did voluntary work there for a couple of years while the Americans were Burton Wood. I got a job at Spratt's office, the dog biscuit firm, which is closed down. I couldn't believe it. Somebody else has taken it over. I don't know whether it's still there. I worked there for about 10 years, didn't I? And then I got married and had my son. And then 5 years later I had my daughter. And that's me. We had an Anderson shelter in the garden. And we had the next door neighbour who never stopped praying. She was praying the whole time. And my mother went in to make the coffee, and then they came round and said, you've got to get out. There's an unexploded bomb. And what it had done, it had come to the end of the cul-de-sac, and we lived in number 4 houses down, and it had travelled underground. So it was underneath our house, really. So then they had to get it out. So my mother got me off to Stafford out the way. And my brother, he was in the army, so he was abroad. And my other brother was on exempt, the firm he worked for. It was just a long time ago. And what we did, I only worked on a Sunday in the canteen. And what we did, we went in and served the evening meal. And then we went upstairs, and they used to have a band, American band came, and we'd be dancing. And then I used to leave at 11 o'clock at night, at the end, on my own, run right through town to Exchange Station. When I think about it now, get the last train, get off at Walton Junction, where Hornby Road is, you know, the police, the prisons there, run along the railway path. Can't I think? My God, how stupid was I? Run along the railway path, and we had it went along the side of the prison wall and the railway. And along this railway path, then it had a gate in that went up, and then at the side of the prison wall. And we had a gate in that bottom of our garden, so I used to come in at 11:30. Wasn't I daring? I think if anybody had just stopped me on that railway path, I would have just dropped dead with shock. but I always stayed to got the last train, 11:20. God, I must have been tough in those days. I wouldn't do it now, would I?
And well, what do you remember VE Day being like? Obviously, it was your birthday, but it was a monumental day in history.
It was,
so what do you remember?
Well, I went into town in the morning, and I went to the club, the American club. There was nobody in there. They were all in town. They were all in the pubs. Well, I didn't drink, you know. And I walked around town. I thought, oh, I might as well go home. So I went home because we had a party in the street at night. So they got a piano out and then they were all singing. You know, your mother was baking, making cakes, and you know, it was all like dancing in the street.
It must have been a really special birthday as well, because it's so different to have a birthday on an anniversary like that.
Yeah.
And obviously on VE Day this year, it's 80 years since, but it's also your 100th birthday. So basic question, can you believe
how can I be 100? I think I've miscounted.
Do you feel 100? Do you feel...
No, well, at the moment I do, because I've got a bad back. But I go out and go to the clubs. Not the clubs that you go to, obviously. Pensioners. So I'm just an ordinary person, and I go to me clubs, me pensioners' clubs. You meet all the young people. No.
They're all young to hear.
And can you believe that you're 100 and you're celebrating this massive milestone?
No, I'm sure somebody's made a mistake. No, because I don't feel, apart from me pain in my back that I'm suffering at the moment, I'm just, you know, I don't feel an old woman. I see some of them. Mind you, when I'm pushing me trolley shopping, I do feel a bit like an old woman. I think, God. But it's better than carrying it. When I see them coming from Asda, all carrying bags like that, I think, well, you should get a trolley like me.
She goes to pensioners' clubs and she says, I have to get the tea for all the old ones.
Yeah, I'm probably the oldest there.
And I believe your dad lived to 99 and one of your brothers lived into his 90s, is that
100,
right?
no, 100. Oh, what was Eric when he died?
101 or 102, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And my granddad was 99 and Donnie was 90.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great genetics
It's all
in
this
the family.
good grub we eat. No. It's just the look of the drawer, isn't it? My mother dropped dead at 60.
Oh.
So that's me. Not a very interesting life, but
it is really interesting, like your memories about finding like the unexploded bomb, and obviously how life's changed so much since your childhood. It's fascinating to speak to somebody like you, definitely. And would you say, kind of, I know you said then, getting to this age is look at the drawer, but would you say it's look at the drawer, or would you say it's genetics, or is there something that you do every day that you think is helped you live longer, or?
I don't know. I don't know, really. We've always eaten well. Good food and, you know. Would you say, Alison?
I'd say you like a laugh, don't you? So, you know, you're not negative really, are you? You've got a very determined nature.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just every day, isn't it?